Last tape, last message. In case you best me. If you're hearing this, you have, through blood or word. This message and all that lies with it, it is for you, Courier. If you want to know the why of things. This world, I've walked a good part of it. I stopped only because of you. What you did gave me pause. Long ago, I crossed the Colorado, the first among the Legion to see Hoover Dam in all its glory. An old world wall, yet bridging two sides. And beyond it, a symbol of a two-headed bear. An idea great enough to challenge Caesar himself. Might kill him taking it, whether he won or lost. The bull needs to fight, needs the challenge. Without it, it falters, dies in the dust. Might be a lesson there, in you and me. Leave the thought behind the message to you. My message is this. The destruction that has been wrought at the Divide, or elsewhere. If you couldn't stop me, it can happen again. It will keep happening. If war doesn't change, men must change. And so must their symbols. Even if it is nothing at all, know what you follow, Courier. Just as I followed you to the end. Whatever your symbol, carry it on your back and wear it proudly when you stand at Hoover Dam. Maybe that's why you've come to need to see where the missile from Ashton touched ground down below in Hopeville. The Courier's Mile.
Oh god, it's all green. I can't say this is a good idea venturing into the introductory of a blast site like this, but dare to venture into the Courier's Mile. Hello. It's literally nothing. There's nothing left. Radiation beam with Radix is at 4 plus a second, so that's not too bad. Oh, 5. So, oh god, it's getting worse. Oh. Irradiated death claws, what could possibly be worse? Yeah. Wait. Oh shit. Oh god. Oh, this is a special kind of hell. Why are they not going after each other? You know what? Max charge. Let's go. Okay. Hi. You don't see me. Let's get just a little bit closer. Thank you. There doesn't seem to be that much going on here, except for the really good loot stashes. Because like this is just ridiculous. Oh my god, a fat man. Holy Christ. Jesus Christ. Oh. Oh. Okay, this was definitely worth the fuss. Oh, I'll see you around, Ulysses. Or maybe not. But there's still one less thing to do before the Battle of Hoover Dam. We've dredged the Courier's Mile, and we've done everything else. So now, we gotta save us a president. Examine area, notice a bloody wrench at a toolbox. One of the engineers. Okay.
You better get out of here.
Oh, shit. Okay, that was not good. Ow, 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 ow.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank you for coming out here today for this very special occasion. It is my pleasure to introduce to you the President of the new California Republic, Aaron Kimball.
Thank you, fellow Californians.
Well, he's not a tandy, but...
So far to answer the call the service put forth by the Republic. But the time came and they could no longer shoulder the burden alone. 12 years ago, they called out for help, and the Republic heard them. Troopers, rangers, just like you, answered the clarion call. Men and women stepped forward to say,
What are you doing up here?
I will carry the weight.
Oh, shit. Really? We should go take a look.
We should.
We're just going to be a moment. We should both take a look first. I think I should check it out first before radioing it in. Fuck it. You're more trouble than you're worth.
And
As are you.
We made true. In the eastern Sierra Nevadas.
Hopefully no one heard that.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, let's get the fuck out of here. What the hell are you waiting for? I want to get shot. Let's go.
Alright, well, I think as long as he doesn't make any moves, we should be alright. Don't blow up, don't blow up, don't blow up, don't blow up. Please, God, don't blow up. Uh-oh.
You'd be keeping an eye
Our orders.
The hell? This must control some sort of bomb that he was going to use to kill the president. Nice work catching this.
Sometimes we take those privileges for granted that our forebears fought so hard to achieve. We
This
must
will be
all
interesting to see how this goes.
that wherever California...
Alright then, so we're good to go. I want that perfect ending.
Well, you took your sweet-ass time coming here. Let's get down to brass tacks. We need to get this thing moving if we want to keep the element of surprise. Good. You just stand there and listen. Then that'll make this go faster. We now have a chance to take the fight to those bastards on their home turf. I'm in the beginning stages of planning out an assault on the fort. I've made calls to our allies, and they're on their way to our position. Once our forces are in place in garrison here, we'll begin our assault.
Sir, I don't know what happened. A bunch of Legionnaires just stormed into the power station.
Into the power station? How is that possible?
I don't know, sir. There was some talk of them entering through the clog intake tunnels, but I don't have any confirmation. On my way up here, there was some chatter about their commander, the Legate, I think he's called, set up at some kind of base on the eastern bank.
Okay, listen here. Unless we can get some additional support, I'm gonna need you to help me resolve this situation. You need to make your way to this camp they have on the eastern bank and take out the Legate. That should hamstring this attack. Thanks for your support. I'll make sure the NCR emergency radio is up and running. Go kill those bastards.
Alright, let's see. Where do I gotta go? You said a bad word. Come at me. me with all you have. There's not enough of you to go around for me. What? Oh, that's more like it right there, baby. Pleasure doing business with you. Oh, look at that, they're giving us a breather. All the followers. They did show up. What? Yes! Bitch. Pleasure doing business with you, Enclave. Let's do this. Enclave, Boomer, NCR, Brotherhood, all working together. I could just cry from the unity. Oh, look at Lanius. Time to play. You killed Cannibal Johnson. You will pay.
Come on!
Now, in honor of a YouTuber that I once watched upon a time with this exact same scene in mind, I find imitation is the most sincerest form of flattery. And unlike most games where you have to do some trite tactic to beat the boss, I believe in cheesing to be the most opportune moment. So we are going to take 10 pounds of C4 explosives and simultaneously light them all off. Cheers to you, Kraken.
We shall see how brave you are when nailed to the walls of Hoover Dam, your body facing west so you may watch your world die.
That's the Vanya. I just need to go splat over here. I shall take your armor as a thing of pride, Cannibal.
That's a fine bit of work back there. Truth told, I'm surprised you made it out of there in one piece. You and the dam. I'm impressed to say the least, and that's no easy thing. You've secured NCR's future. The administration sends its thanks for what it's worth. Least we could do. And seeing those shits of Caesar kicking dirt as they ran did my heart good, let me tell you. Might see some recruitment number rise, build some morale out in the Mojave long enough for the NCR to find its feet again. All due to you. Again, you have my thanks. And all the West, too. Once they pass it over the radio. After signing the right release forms. We clean up, take prisoners, watch the East for any more trouble from the Legion. though I think they're still running, according to our scouts. After that, we'll see what happens when the dust settles and how the Mojave looks now without Caesar coming for its throat. Something tells me we better enjoy this breather while we can. And if that means Vegas, then you and the troops have earned it. Can't keep the Courier spirit down, eh? Fair enough. We'll clean up here. Kind of curious how this is going to pan out in the long run, but I guess history will tell us in its own sweet time.
And so the courier who had cheated death in the cemetery outside Good Springs cheated death once again, and the Mojave wasteland was forever changed. The new California Republic celebrated its second victory at Hoover Dam, establishing definitive control over the entire Mojave wasteland. Soon after, they negotiated terms to annex the Strip, Freeside, and many surrounding communities. The Mojave wasteland, at long last, had entirely fallen under the NCR's banner. The Courier, fair and even-handed in his dealings throughout the wasteland, was honored by the NCR for his support of the military at Hoover Dam. He was presented with the Golden Branch, the highest civilian decoration given by the Republic.
Tabitha and Rhonda went east, through Caesar's land. Occasionally, tales of their exploits found their way back west, though few believed them. Eventually, the stories concerning the duo were collected and published, and proved to be quite popular with children.
Still grappling with self-doubt over his usefulness in the face of old age, Raul was never able to find peace with himself. Eventually, he left the Mojave and assumed a new name, as he had done so many times before.
With the help of the gunrunners, the Boomers developed a healthy trading relationship with the NCR. Eventually, the Boomers began wandering out into the wasteland while still preventing outsiders from entering Nellis.
The Brotherhood and the NCR in the Mojave wasteland declared an official truce, despite continued hostilities between the two in the west. As per their agreement, the NCR handed over all suits of salvaged power armor, and in return, the Brotherhood helped patrol I-15 and Highway 95.
Their leaders destroyed by the Courier, the fiends scattered throughout the wasteland. Without the organization of Motor Runner, Cook, Violet, and Driver Nephi, they were easy prey.
After the NCR's victory at the dam, in part thanks to follower medical support, NCR allowed the followers to care for refugees as they see fit. Old Mormon Fort expanded its services and was able to aid more people, becoming a refuge for the less fortunate citizens of New Vegas.
Arcade had hoped that Freeside would be able to remain independent of NCR rule. But he was glad that Caesar's Legion had been stopped at Hoover Dam. He tended to the sick in Freeside for a while longer, then returned to NCR territory to become a teacher with the followers there.
Good Springs saw more trade along I-15 after NCR gained control of the Mojave wasteland. But with that came a heavy burden of the Republic's taxes. Some old-timers, unable to handle the cost, were forced to move on, grumbling all the while.
Cass survived to see the NCR flag flying proud over Hoover Dam, and thought for a moment, this is what a hero must feel like. She was about to tell the Courier not to get too proud of himself. Then she figured, he knew that already. That night, Cass kicked in the door of his room to celebrate, only to find the man on the bed was an NCR soldier whose barracks had been destroyed. He was cute, though, so after having her way with him, she got the hell out, leaving an empty whiskey bottle as a note. As she walked along the dam in the night, she felt drunk, content, and happy to be alive. Which to her was the whole point of it all.
During the Battle of Hoover Dam, the Great Khans quickly evacuated Red Rock Canyon and headed north and east into the plains of Wyoming. There, they reconnected with the followers of the Apocalypse and rebuilt their strength. Bolstered by ancient knowledge of governance, economics, and transportation, they carved a mighty empire out of the ruins of the Northwest.
It took more time than anticipated for a cure for the Nightkin schizophrenia to be found. But in the end, it was beneficial to Jacobstown. The presence of the Nightkin leader, Keen, persuaded Nightkin from across the wasteland to make the journey to the town. Jacobstown prospered, becoming known as a fair, if somewhat intimidating, place for a trader to do business.
Lily continued to take her medicine at half doses, and although she remembered her grandchildren, her mind remained muddled and confused. Eventually, she parted ways with the Courier and traveled west, seeking the remnants of her past.
After the NCR victory at Hoover Dam, the temporary truce between them and the Kings blossomed into a full-scale relief effort for the people. While the NCR made repeated entreaties that Freeside join the Republic, the Kings steadfastly maintained their independence.
Revitalized by Violetta's brain, Rex eventually learned to balance the memories of his old life with Violetta's experiences among the brutal fiends. His mind had difficulty adjusting, but Rex eventually found peace with his new, more vicious self.
Shaped up by the Courier's advice, the Misfits distinguished themselves during the Legion's attack on Camp Golf. Mags was finally promoted to sergeant, and the rest of the Misfits received an official commendation. They continued to serve with distinction for many years.
Though Novak was a low-priority target for the Legion, many of Novak's citizens died in its defense. In the weeks that followed, several bright followers returned to Novak to help restore its defenses, allowing it to remain independent of NCR.
After Hoover Dam, the leaderless powder gangers at the correctional facility vanished into the wastes, leaving the prison empty. The correctional facility became another abandoned ruin in the wasteland, its carcass occasionally picked over by enterprising prospectors.
Armed with a wide array of improvised explosives and stolen weapons, the Vault 19 powder gang tormented the Mojave wasteland for years. Citizens of the NCR were favorite targets, and they always suffered the worst fates.
Prim Slim proves to be an able-minded, if not able-bodied, sheriff for Prim. And due to his slow speed, some crooks get away without a scratch. But Prim continues to prosper under his watchful, robotic eye.
After the death of Chief Hanlon, the power of NCR's Rangers was broken for years. Their organization, so reliant on the wisdom and guidance of its elder members, became a shadow of what it once was to people across the wasteland.
After their bold arrival at Hoover Dam, the remnants disappeared as quickly as they came. Legends of their power spread throughout the Southwest, a reminder of why people once feared the sight of vertibirds in the sky.
And so the Courier's road came to an end, for now. In the new world of the Mojave wasteland, fighting continued, blood was spilled, and many lived and died just as they had in the old world. Because war never changes.
War never changes. And so it ends. One of the finest RPGs I ever played. More than once, I have walked the wasteland of the Mojave and found myself engrossed and involved with every character, big and small. Is it buggy? Oh yes. Can you mod it? Of course. But I find playing original versions has a sort of wholesomeness that can't be matched. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have not played Fallout of any kind, or New Vegas specifically, I would highly suggest any of them. They are ace material. However, with this series being over and done with, we will be heading out to newer pastures. We'll be skipping forward a generation, and we will decide as to what comes next from Bethesda's library. Because Bethesda, like war, never changes.